Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Michelle and here on my channel I do weekly cash stuffing and budgeting videos. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, please subscribe so you don't miss when I post a new video. So today we're doing my budget with me for June week 1 with my husband's income. So if you guys are new, I do 2 cash stuffings every single week. The first one is with my husband's income. He covers all of our living expenses. And the second one is my income and I cover all of our debt. So my husband brings home, right now he's bringing home $4,000 a month, and I take $800 and put it directly into like a separate checking account, and that pays for all of our groceries. And then that leaves me with $3,200 for the month, and then I divide that by 4 and I get $800 for the week. So that's what we're working with this week is $800. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we are going to budget for is our rent. So right now we are renting a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in a small town in northern Nevada, as we are trying to sell our house in California and hopefully then pay off all our debt and buy another house, a much bigger house, because we have 7 people right now living in a 3-bedroom house. So it is tight. But our rent is pretty cheap. It's $16.50 a month. And it's, as I'm filming this video, because if you guys are new, I film like a month ahead. Like I budget a month ahead. So it's May as I'm filming this because I like to have all of my money pretty much before June starts for the month of June. So yeah, it's May as I'm filming this, and I have not received any notifications of a rent increase, which would most likely happen in June because that's the month that we moved in. So we moved in 2 years ago in June. Last year our rent, when we moved in, it was $1,600. Last year it got bumped up to $1,650, and so I expected it 100% to be raised to probably $1,700. But I haven't received anything. So as of right now, it's still $1,650. I am planning on it getting bumped up to $1,700, if not more. So I'm going to build up a little bit of a buffer in here. And if June comes and there's no rent increase, then I'll probably go back down to my original amount. But right now we are going to be doing $430 for the week. Internet, I budget $30 for the week. Water, I am budgeting $35. And then gas and electricity. So electricity, home gas, $40 each. So it's hot here. We live in the desert. So I use the AC kind of a lot. So I expect that to be a higher bill. Home gas, I expect to be pretty low because I'm not using the heater anymore, and I'm not using the fireplace really at all. I think I've used it maybe twice recently, but I do have a gas stove and I cook twice a day usually, so it should be pretty low. But if electricity is ever like more than I have, I like to make sure I have a good buffer in home gas because I feel like these ones I can use like interchangeably. So I like to put the same amount and then hopefully one of them grows. Child support, we are doing $60 for the week. So if you guys are new, my husband has 4 kids with his ex-wife. 2 are adults. One is 20, one is 19, and then he has a 17-year-old, or almost 17, he'll be 17 in June. That lives with us, and then a 14-year-old that lives with his mom. And so we pay child support on the 14-year-old. I have gotten a couple of questions about like why we do pay child support when we have one and she has one. And honestly, it's just because my husband wants to. We don't have any kind of court order saying he has to pay child support. Like he just wants to help out. Like that's his child, you know? So he does that. And he pays her $350 Canadian dollars, because she lives in Canada. That's why, you know, we don't have him very often because we live in Nevada and they live in Ottawa, Canada. So it's very far. My oldest stepson is actually coming down, I think today's May 9th as I'm filming this. I think May 19th, I believe. He's coming down to visit, which is really exciting because he didn't come down last year. So we haven't seen him in almost 2 years. He's not in school. He's 20 years old now. So, like, he doesn't have to wait for the school year to end. And he decided, I want to come down and visit. So, that's really exciting. My 14-year-old stepson should be coming down in probably July because he does have to finish school and they don't get out till, like, the end of June. So, usually, like, the first week of July is when they come. But, yeah, last year, both of them did not come. Only the 16-year-old came. And he decided to not leave. So he decided to stay with us, which is great. We're always happy to have them, even though we have a small space. Like, family is family, and we'll make it work. But, yeah, so the 14-year-old's not old enough, technically, to decide to live with us. Because my husband and his ex-wife decided 15 years old, they're old enough to decide. And no one can, like, argue about it. And, like, if that's what they choose, that's what they choose. And I honestly think he's going to, and I don't know if she's going to be okay with that at 14. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we both think, like, me and my husband both think that he's going to want to stay with us too. But yeah, as of right now, we do $60 a week, and that ends up being around like $250-ish, American dollars. And then it's usually enough to be like $350 Canadian because it's a different currency. It's never consistent. But that's kind of like been an okay range. So I've been keeping that. But next we have subscriptions, and subscriptions is going up, and I am doing $15 for the week. I ended up cutting back on the subscriptions, and I cut out our security system, and yeah, I was paying only $30 a month, but I cut that out completely, and I did that for a couple months, I think, and I ended up reinstalling it because there's just been so much going on. So like a week ago, I have me and my stepdaughter, she's 19, and then my 3 kids, which are 7, 4, and 2, and it was just us, and we were at Rayleigh's, going grocery shopping, thinking everything's fine, and there was this guy literally following us, and he was being super sketchy, like he was pretending to be on his phone, and every time, because I definitely noticed him, every time I would like turn to look at him, he would like frantically pretend like he's looking at something, and it was super sketchy. And my stepdaughter, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to freak anyone out, and I didn't know if I was being like overly dramatic and like maybe this guy is just being weird and he's not following us and I'm just being dramatic. But my stepdaughter, she like mentioned to me, she's like, I think this guy is following us, and I was like, I noticed him too. I'm super happy that you're paying attention to your surroundings because she worries me. Because she can be kind of like just involved in what she's doing. But yeah, so it was really weird. I made sure, like, I didn't say anything to him. I kind of wanted to say something to him. But I was nervous. I wasn't carrying at the time, and I usually am because you're allowed to open carry here in Nevada. I also have a CCW. My husband teaches classes, so that's like something we definitely believe in, and I wasn't. And I felt so unsafe. And then, when we were at, like, I kept turning, like, trying to make sure, like, we lost him, or, like, he knew, like, I wanted him to know that I knew he was there without saying anything. But then at the register, some girl came up to us, and she's like, I want you guys to know that guy had been following you, and he was recording you. And so, like, that was just, I was so uncomfortable. Like, I'm grateful for that girl, because most people don't say anything. But yeah, it was super scary. And then not even a week later, 3 kids were kidnapped from a park. Luckily, one of them had a phone, and he was like able to contact his sister. They were able to find them really quickly, but like that's super scary. And so I decided that it is definitely necessary to reinstall our security system. Because yeah, this town is a small town. It's supposed to be safe, but within 1 week, like, we got followed, and then 3 kids got kidnapped from a park. So yeah, that is something I was like, I don't care if we really can't afford it right now. Like, I think that's super necessary. So anyways, the total for all of this comes out to be $650. And then next we have high priority sinking funds, which are bills, but they're not due every month. So the first one is our phone bill. So we have Mint Mobile. I pay annually, and I pay about $20 a month per line for 4 lines. So it's about $20 a week. I pay for me, my husband, my stepson, and my stepdaughter. The kids do not have phones yet. I don't think that's necessary. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys have young kids and if you have phones for them, or like when you think a good age is, because in my personal opinion, I don't think I'm going to be getting them one till high school. I don't know if that's extreme for these days, but my oldest is turning 8 in July, and I'm like, I don't see a reason for him to have a phone right now. But my nephew is 8 and he has one. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments below your guys' opinions on like younger kids having phones. Right now, we just have the teenagers and me and my husband. But yeah, trash is due every 3 months, and I do about $10 a week. Car insurance, I have, what is insured? I think we have 3 cars insured and 3 motorcycles insured right now. My stepson is paying for his, so out of our pocket, it's 2 motorcycles that are insured. And I am only doing about $80 a week on that. I am actually considering contacting like the I think it's USAA, auto insurance, to see if I will get a cheaper deal. It's only for like military families, and like my husband's not in the military, but it's like if your parent was, and my dad did serve in the military, so I think we would qualify. So I want to look into that, because I feel like insurance is so expensive, and you really, like, I've ranted about medical insurance before, like how it's just a scam. I kind of feel that way about car insurance too. I know like it's literally the law to have it, and that's the only reason why I do it. But I'm going to look into that and see if it is cheaper. Let me know if you guys know anything about that, because I really hate calling people and like figuring out rates and stuff. Because then they like never leave you alone. Like once you put your information like in a system to get rates or call them, like they just call you constantly. So I hate doing that. So if you guys have USAA or like you know anything about it, let me know, because I don't know. I feel like we could potentially get a much cheaper rate. Anyways, car registration. So we have 3 motorcycles and 2 cars registered. So my Scion that I've had since I was literally 17 years old, we have it insured, but it's not registered. It doesn't work. It's literally sitting in our driveway for like years. It hasn't been moved. We are trying to fix it up. We actually just bought like not rear view, what are those? The side mirrors, because one of them has been broken. It's just like hanging on there because I hit a trash can. But yeah, my husband bought mirrors and he's going to fix that. We just bought a new battery not that long ago. It needs like new tires. It needs like an oil change completely. And like, I don't even know, like flush the gas tank. And it should be fine. But yeah, we have not registered that one yet. Anyways, yeah, I am budgeting $15 because this is like an annual thing. So 15 should be plenty for the time being. I'll get you milk. Medical and dental is the last thing. So I do not have medical or dental insurance. I don't believe in it. We are relatively healthy people. Yes. I'll be right there, okay? We are relatively healthy people. I just think it's such a scam throwing all that money away. When I go to the doctor or go to the dentist, I pay out of pocket. So I save up a little bit for that. And we are doing $25 a week for that. Whatever I don't have, I'll put on the credit card. I honestly think, and medical and dental insurance, if you're healthy, is a scam. So, and our dentist gives us a like 20 or 30% discount for paying cash. So it ends up really not being worth the hassle to deal with the insurance. So all of this together comes out to be $150. And let's calculate all this out. So I have bills, and that comes to $650. And high priority sinking funds comes out to be $150 for a total of $800, which is what we were working with for the week. So that is perfect. So yeah, this is going to be the budget that I'm sticking to for tomorrow's cash stuffing. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.